Hello and welcome back, guys. This is Let's Build a Castle Part 4. This is Betsy here, just letting you know that me and Josh haven't died. Just videos have been less frequent than we'd like due to exams and other complications. But just to let you know, we're back now with Let's Build a Castle Part 4. As you can see, our keep here is extended. It's got a now tower above with a huge chandelier hanging down, lighting up this entrance hall. So basically, in this episode, we're going to run through this and you'll see how I built it. So, let's begin. As you can see, a beautiful shaders mod has now finally been installed. What I am trying to work on now is a third person's perspective, so you can see me building it like at a distance, but that's all into the future. As you can see, we've got one step ahead now with a beautiful shaders mod. It enhances the castle in so many ways, it just looks a lot better. So as you can see here, this is what we left off with this smaller keep built. And we're going to originally, what we're going to start off with is just with these stone bricks, we're just going to make a flat surface. This flat surface will allow us just to template and build up our huge tower which you saw in the intro there, and overall just make the entire keep here look a little more magnificent. Overall, I thought at first when I built these just 4 towers that are currently built now is they looked good but not quite as epic as I'd like. So in this episode what we did was we actually extended it. The chandelier inside, and also it's all simple little techniques how to create small details like that, and it'll all be run through in this video. As you can see, just the lights fading away, but with this lighting shaders mod, the nighttime looks just as good as the daytime. So with enough light sources we've got set up around the entire castle, it'll still look as impressive as it did earlier. This little square, obviously I'm speeding it up all through all these bits so you don't have to watch me trawling through it like normal rate. It's going to get incredibly boring. I like keeping these videos at 15-minute intervals, so like you're not too bored. There is a very rough cut in a moment, which I'll apologise about later, because actually Movie Maker, what it's done is, at the minute, it didn't happen in the first 2 episodes. In the third, it happened quite a few times. In this episode, I think it happens twice. But Movie Maker, it cuts off the ends of my videos, which it shouldn't do. It not the videos, but in between, cuts between different, because obviously I don't build it all at once. It just, I don't know, you'll see when I'll mention it when it happens. But so I'm a little bit disappointed with Movie Maker. It doesn't do the job that it should really. So as you can see, I'm laying out a smaller rectangular place. This will further build up that tower you saw at the beginning. That was the jumpy cut I hate, and I don't know why Movie Maker does it. I think it does it because I speed up the video, and when I speed up the video, then it deletes a bit at the end of it. I'm not really sure why, but I don't know. It's nothing to cry about. As you can see, what I'm just doing here is I'm building up. As you saw at the intro, the higher bit of the tower had also another 4 towers. Like basically, there's 8 towers in one here. So what we are doing here is just building the bases of the next 4. Again, just using these stone bricks to create the template, so I know what to build off, and I can always refer back and keep symmetry throughout the entire castle. We're just using these stone bricks as these have been the primary materials to build the castle, and they're going to continue to be that throughout. To save boredom, I'm not going to build all 4 of these little templates all on camera. So in a minute you'll see me jump away from it and you'll see the entirety of all 4 of them built. And there we go, as you can see all 4 are built, and what we're going to actually do now is we're going to add these little struts in, again using the stone stairs. These just add a little detail back to the castle and make it look more functional and like a real medieval castle. Sped up a little bit here so you don't have to watch it all at normal rate. It's just, it just adds something. Instead of being a flat surface, it makes it look more like a walkway and believable as part of a castle. What we're going to extend here are the actual 4 main towers to make them look how high they're going to be. I didn't quite like how they were the height of the normal entry towers, so I actually shrunk them here to, I think they're about 15 blocks high. So I'm just going to quickly extend these and have all 4 of these. These will surround the main tower of the keep. I'm awfully fond though of these shaders pad. I'm so glad. I wish we could have got them sooner, but I was waiting for like some of the more commonly known shaders mods to be built. As you see, all 4 towers just cut out here and built, but we couldn't. I couldn't find any versions for 1.5.2 for all the new common shaders, so we're having to use this beta one, which is no bad really. It's a really good shaders pack considering it's in beta. It was just like I bit the bullet, so to speak, when getting one that wasn't really tried and tested, but so far I've not had any problems. As you can see there, I was just creating a template of like the roof of the tower, but what I'm creating here is actually a window that will look over the bridge. I'm using a very similar design scale to what we use on the actual entry arch of the main tower. Here I was a little bit confused because you can get confused with double stone slabs to see whereabouts they are, so I was just doing a few little measurements there with the rocks behind. But so as you see, it's a little bit messy, but I'll sort it out quickly. As you can see, that's like a very like predominant copy of what we have in the entrance for the window. What we're actually going to move on to do in here is the upside down stone slabs to create that like overhang, which has been commonly used throughout the castle and further like portrays continuity throughout. This overhang will be like I'm referring back to the towers we previously built to try and keep further keep continuity. I actually lost my double stone slabs there. I had to go retrieve them. It didn't even work, so quickly grab them again. But here we go, just placing these down, making sure the towers look all complete. Another jumpy cut comes here due to Movie Maker's terrible editing equipment. There we go, there's a jumpy cut. I'm very frustrated about them, but all I did there was just skip out the other three like top of the towers being built, so you didn't have to watch them all. Here I'm just extending the roof all the way backwards, and then I will actually add the stone stairs in, because these obviously look like slated roofs and they look very good in like a medieval castle. They suit what we're building, so these are commonly used throughout the castle, as you've seen in all of the episodes. I just can't get over how good this shaders like improves the you will have actually seen it if you have watched one of our survival videos. Me and Josh actually used I recorded some shaders, something I'm incredibly fond of, and if you could, I would like a little bit of feedback on the shaders in survival, because like me and Josh were disputing, and like he doesn't think they're very like, a lot of people don't like them, and I understand that completely. So we are going to use them in Let's Build, but I think that's the last time you'll see them in survival, just because people will be more like used to just normal like shaders in Minecraft. Here I'm just adding some more windows in, so these aren't going to be the same design as at the front. What they are, the roof is just going to extend down to them here. You'll just see this in with the double stone slabs. This is going to see there, these double stone slabs are used to make the roof extend to these side windows. These side windows are just going to be pillars of double stone slabs and then windows between. So these, as you can see, that's one pillar put in. We're just finishing off the roof. I did this in a bit of a sporadic order, I'm not sure why. And here obviously the next pillars are being placed in. A mistake there, but no big deal. But yeah, so what we'll do is we'll keep using shaders in this, because I think it benefits the Let's Build by so much, like such a long, it just improves it so much in these Let's Builds. But survival, I think that's the last time you'll see shaders, so poor shaders. They're a little jumpy because I've obviously built all the other sides. It's mirrored, so you didn't need to see the same thing twice. So I quickly just cut that out. Nighttime has obviously come while I've done that, so no big deal. I think now we're actually going to place in the windows. Here, what I obviously have Optifine on, because Optifine is actually required for this shaders pack. So Optifine's been installed, and what it does is actually, as you can see, the windows are all in one fixed block. Normally they'd be cut up into squares, and this isn't something I'm fond of for a castle. So as you can see, as I'm building here, I'm actually creating these windows, and they are just one big glass pane, which would look good. That's what you'd expect from a modern window, but not from medieval. So I destroy it here. We actually have another jump cut from Movie Maker, but as you can see, I've actually removed that texture of the windows, so now that all the windows are now in block squares, which suits more of a medieval fantasy world. As you can see, actually there was another jump cut there from media where I actually just finished all the windows, because you don't want to see all the windows being built in. I actually had a brainstorm here because the roof didn't quite match up, so I'm destroying what we built previously and extending the roof from the side roofs we built. It's kind of hard to explain, but you can see it like being constructed here. I am actually just removing the front roofs we previously built, now extending them to make them much larger really and suit the castle a little bit more. These Let's Builds, hopefully will become a lot more frequent than they do. They are such a trouble to record. I do enjoy creating them so much, but the problem is they're less frequent than normal videos, because say we record a half-an-hour Hunger Games, you can possibly get 2 episodes out of that, whereas I think I said this in the last episode, but even though like this maybe took me about an hour to build this part of the castle, and that only makes obviously a 15-minute episode, so it's counterproductive, but I do enjoy building in Minecraft so much that I'm going to continue this series until the castle's finished, and even probably more like creations in this landscape. As you can see, I'm just extending the roof here. I'm not going to show you building all the roof. I'll cut this out a little bit in a moment. You'll see me do this bit, and then it'll suddenly cut to daylight, and it'll be all beautiful like the heavens, and like the rest of the roof will be constructed. As you can see here, the roof is finished, and it's looking very, very good. But here, when I zoom down, I felt that that big glass pane didn't actually suit what we previously built. So what I actually came up with is I destroyed the glass panes. Very counterproductive, I know, but I didn't actually know what they were going to look like until they were finished. And I was pleased with how they looked, except they just didn't suit the rest of the keep that had been constructed out of basically wood and no glass. Glass will be used in the next sections of the castle, but it didn't work here because this bit of the castle is obviously going to be a defensive place. Like, if anyone attacked the castle, this is the place you defend most so they don't get in. And glass just wouldn't work here. So what I actually do, I create these two double stone slabs, like they're going to be like balconies, so that, again, thinking of archers, they could fire off and just kill any intruders. Basically, it's just, I think it'd be more functional in a castle environment. So as you can see, these balcony things are being created. Obviously the walkway is not going to protrude out, it'll be inside that building. These little buttons actually were just a little design thing, it just popped into my mind, and I think they do look good. They add a little bit of texture and a little bit of extra colours to this area, and I do think they suit the castle there. What we are, I believe, going to move on to is actually building the inside. Oh no, actually, sorry, this is a little thing I actually did. I built these little stairs here to see if it suited it, but no, it didn't. I removed these and placed the ladders, the fences back. They were just put there because they suit the bottom area, but they didn't really look good up here, so we just removed them again. As you can see, we're going to jump here, and the entire inside's been done. It looks very impressive on the inside, actually. I'm very fond of how it looks. Just doing a quick pan, you can see all the outside's been done, and it does look a lot better. It suits the entire keep, and it's kept continuity. Obviously, at the beginning, you saw the chandelier being built on the inside, so what we are destroying here is the center, like a center rectangle, because the chandelier is going to hang from the inside roof and go past each level of this keep all the way into there. So obviously, we need a big hole for this chandelier to fit. The sides are going to be kept in because people have to walk around. These are the balconies I was on about earlier, just simple simple stone brick blocks again, just to keep the castle made out of stone, and maybe they should have been made out of wood thinking back, but the stone still works. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use double stone slabs, so that it just adds a little bit of colour and variety between the two shades of stone. So it does look very impressive. A few more lamps have been lit. Torches, sorry, what am I calling lamps? But hopefully what I'm planning to do is, I don't do it in this episode, but it's actually remove these lamps, because hopefully the chandelier that will be built later on will actually light up this entire area. The chandelier is being included because, although I want it to look like a militarized, like, defensive post, I also want it to look impressive. And when you want just the scale, this impressiveness is basically going to be portrayed by the scale of the castle and the epic, like, chandelier hanging down. Here I was a little bit confused because, as you can see, I've not destroyed this on the right now. I destroyed it, but that was confusing me. Just the symmetry was all broken. I was petrified the fact that I may have actually built this entire keep like out of symmetry. It just scared me, and I was worried that I don't know, like, I wouldn't do that, but for some reason I was worried that I had. And as you can see, I just destroyed that and everything's fine. Little alarm going off there on the phone, no big deal. Just keep extending this double stone slabs all the way around, and then as you can see, it goes all the way up. This is obviously where the chandelier will hang, where now we actually start building it. I lined myself up with this center torch here to make sure we are dead center. It is pitch black up here, so a torch is quickly added for reference, so the chandelier is further extended down. What I am actually going to do is, you'll see in a moment, what I'm going to do is start expanding the chandelier to this layer. The chandelier will grow like a tree type shape, so it'll be smaller at the top and wider at the bottom. So as I'm building this big, I delete it here because I'm thinking, well, the top's going to be the smallest bit, less seen, so it's smaller, this one. So the little torches are added to it, and this is the smallest level. As you see, it's been built by one fence outwards. So now we build down, and the second level of it is going to be built by two fences outwards. So you'll see what I mean in a moment. See, we had one fence and then the second one, which further just expands the size of the chandelier. This is going. Then what I'll do is I'll fill in the center pieces with more to give structural integrity. But as you see, I destroyed them. I think actually that's a pretty cool idea. So as you can see, that just fills it in here and looks a little more impressive. Further again, the torches are then added. and in a moment we will extend further down. This is a small part of it. You can see what details I'm going to go to with the castle, and that eventually I'll probably do an episode of just interiors, because I'm building all these epic structures, and these are just towers, and they don't really need much interior. But when I'm building things like rooms to the main castle and like the Great Hall, all sorts of things that are to come, the interiors are going to be so important, because that's primarily where people are going to be walking. So I'll do an entire episode of interior design. I think I'm particularly fond of these Let's Builds because actually I do aspire to one day become an architect, and this is just something, it's reference to that kind of work, and it's something that I'm so fond of. So as you see, I'm just creating this huge bottom layer of the chandelier. What I actually do is bring this down to add a further bit of depth and shape and size to it. I bring down the levels of it, and it just adds this like cone shape to it. You'll see what I mean, like a small stubble ice cream cone shape. So it extends down by one here, and then I do it again in a moment. This just makes the chandelier look all incredibly impressive, and I'm so happy with how this entire entrance has come on. And now the entrance, actually after this chandelier is complete, this is the last piece of the entrance. We are actually done now. We've done this chandelier, and in the next episode we'll be moving on to a new range of the castle, which is I'm incredibly excited to build. And once this episode's up, I'm sure we'll be on. So as you can see now, the entrance to the castle is actually finally complete. 4 episodes in, it's looking beautiful, it's looking defensive as well as epic. The chandelier is constructed all the way through the center of here, and the main bridges and the entrance are overall complete. I do delete this torch, but it still doesn't light up enough, so that'll be fixed later on off camera. But overall, the castle is now complete with castle entrance, and thanks for watching, and goodbye.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ready.